Shalom. Giving all praises to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. A double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to you, hopefully elect. It's your brother Yahweh Call from the Great Millstone Orlando camp. And once again, just back, inspired through the Spirit. I watched the video by the elder brother, Amawanga Bar. His page handle is GMS Awakening 144. He did a video. It was titled something along the lines of "The Next Level of Faith when Jacob's trouble hits." When things get bad, because more and more we're inching closer and closer to uncharted territories. All right. As we've been in spiritual boot camp ever since the Lord woke us up to this truth, called us into this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. We've been in spiritual boot camp, and the training was coming off. All right, it's about to be the real deal. All right, and everything that we've learned, Lord willing, our faith being rooted and established in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. All right, that's why our foundation is. All right, it's established in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. All right, so with that being said, to kind of just laying back a little bit off of the elders video, going into again, as far as our faith, there's going to be a new level of faith. It's pretty much going to be required of us as we get to that more and more as we inch closer, where we inch deeper into the uncharted territories, unfamiliar territory. All right. So like I said, with that being said, it just had me thinking, meditating. Because with that being said, all that being said, like I said, everything that we've accumulated in the spirit, it is, I believe, I'm just speaking out of faith. It is time more and more for brothers to start tapping into their spiritual bank accounts. All right. So with that, I'm going to read this in Galatians 3. And bear with me, I'm on the job. I got a lot going on, so I'm trying to stay focused. I'm trying to watch everything, multitask. But in Galatians chapter 3, Galatians 3 and 6. Even as Abraham believed God, and it was accounted to him for righteousness. So you see, the fact that our forefather, which when you read verse 7, because this is the stock that we come from, me and brother Ariel from the camp, we went out last Friday to teach, and pretty much the street teaching was going into Salaki, bear with me. So I was saying, me and the brother Ariel, we went out last Friday to teach. And the title was something along the lines of seeking the ways of the ancient paths. All right. Coming back into an ancient way of thinking, an ancient mindset. All right. Which a major part of how our forefathers walked, how they conducted themselves, they operated out of faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. All right, that's the main thing, the faith that our forefathers upheld in Yahweh Bashim Shai, which we're coming back into that ancient way of thinking. All right, complete faith and submissiveness to the will of Yahweh Bashim Shai. All right, because like it says in verse 7, it says, "Know ye therefore that they which are of faith, the same are the children of Abraham." So like I said, this is the stock that we come from. All right. But nevertheless, because verse 6 again, it says, "Even as Abraham believed God, and it was accounted to him for righteousness." So you see the fact that Abraham had faith that the Lord could bring back Isaac. All right. Now, just speaking as a man, we can only imagine what was going through Abraham's mind when it was told to him that he would have to sacrifice his son Isaac. And I just say that because here it is. The Lord promised Abraham certain things, and they would come through Isaac. It would come through his seed Isaac. All right. So, like I said, just speaking as a man, there's no telling what Abraham was going through, what was going on in his mind when he was told that he was going to have to sacrifice his son Isaac. Right. But nevertheless, he believed anyways. He believed regardless. He was going to go through regardless. And it was accounted to him for righteousness. So you see, it was added to his spiritual bank account, so to say. You see, because any act of faith is accounted to us for righteousness. Any act of faith is and that can come in many different forms. Praying, fasting, tithing. That can come in many different forms. All right. But nevertheless, no matter how so-called small or great acts that we commit towards Yahweh Shema Shai, they are counted to us for righteousness. All right. So with that being said, we're coming into the time where we're going to be able to tap into that spiritual bank account. And if you're paying attention, it's already taking place now. It's already happening now. More and more things are happening in the favor for brothers. Prayers are getting answered more quickly. Just more, spiritually in tune, man. We can just feel the presence of Yahweh Bashim Shai more in our favor, in us, all right, for us. All right. The Lord is dealing with us, man. Because, again, all that was necessary. Because, like I said, the spirit, the spiritual, the Slakia, the training wheels are coming off. And everything that we've learned, we're going to have to apply. So all the trials and tribulations, the whole time the Lord's showing us that He's been with us, is going to pay off even more so when shit hits the fan during Jacob's trouble, as we get into those uncharted territories, those unfamiliar territories. You see, because like I said, watching the Amawan Gabar and certain points that he was making as far as matter of fact, let me get this, because this is why it's going to require more faith. In Zephaniah 1:14, the great day of the Lord is near, it is near, and hasteth greatly. Even a voice of the day of the Lord, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly. Because this is going to be a very scary time, man. A lot of uncertainty, unease, no assurance of thy life, right? There's just going to be a lot of uneasiness, and that's when our faith is going to kick in the most. It's going to have to kick in the most. Because verse 15, it says, that day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation. a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness. So that's a whole lot of emphasis on this time period where it's just going to be all bad, all hell breaking loose, right? It's like you. But what really stands out to me in this verse, it says this day is going to be a day of darkness and gloominess. You know, whenever you're outside and you see that dark gloom, it's just a feeling of uncertainty. You don't know what to expect, really. You know, you don't know if it's going to rain, if it's going to thunderstorm. You don't know. Oftentimes, you don't know if it just rained. You don't know if a storm's coming. It's just a feeling of uncertainty, the feeling of not knowing. You know, and we're coming into those times of a lot of uncertainty. This is why the Spirit is going to really have to be on us, in us, working in our favor, man. Like it tells you in 2 Ezra 16, you know, those that fear the Lord, the Spirit is going to be a guide unto them. All right, because that's what it's going to take. It's going to have to take the Holy Spirit being with us and for us to trust in the fact that the Holy Spirit is guiding us. Because there's no room for error, you know. There's no room for error. There's no room for second guessing, questioning, you know. We're just going to have to completely trust the Spirit, man. While everyone else is going down a certain path that looks shiny, it looks pretty, you know. The grass might be green, right? But they don't know that just because that path it looks a certain way, they don't know that they're walking right into a slaughterhouse. Now the Spirit is going to have us have it to where we're being led down a different path, and if the path might not look compromising, it might not look pleasing to the eye, you know. Might be all type of snakes, serpents, you know, like it just said here, you know, that darkness and gloominess, like it's about to rain or, you know, thunderstorm, you know, it just might not look good, you know. But the Spirit is going to guide us. You know, this is going to be something in us telling us like, no, this is the way to go. You know, this is the way to go. To hell with everyone else. And, you know, we don't follow the multitude, you know. The Spirit is telling me to go down this way. All right. And with that being said, we're going to be found safe. We're going to be all right. You know, just those small examples, you know, everything that the Lord has been showing us the whole time. The Lord has been showing us He's been with us the whole time. It's really going to kick off in that time where, like I said, there's going to be a lot of unease, a lot of just that feeling of not knowing, you know. And of course, a lot of people, they because the whole definition of faith is seeing without believing. It's easy to believe now, you know, while nothing is happening, you know. It's easy now, you know. It's easy now. But what are we gonna do when the lights go out and, just like I said, man, just all hell breaks loose, you know? Because it's easier said than done now, but that's why our faith is going to have to be on all-time high, you know, all on point, you know, because everything that we do, it's not going to be in vain, you know. In due time, we shall reap our reward, Lord willing, we're at that number. And that's another thing. Again, I'm just speaking out of faith, because, you know, and this is something that I see personally happening, you know, just the fact that, you know, the Lord, man, everything that He's shown me, right? and just how the Lord is dealing with me. Because, out of humility, we say Lord's will when it comes to pretty much everything. All right. But the time is going to come when we're not going to have to say Lord's will, because we just know. We're just going to know. We're just going to know. How we already know, or you should know, at least I'm speaking for myself, that the Lord is dealing. The Lord is with me. So the time is going to come, we're not going to have to say Lord's will. We're just going to know. We're just going to know. Because that'll be a time we're going to be operating completely off of faith. The Lord has stripped us down so much to the point all we have is faith in him. Because brothers ain't got shit, Brothers don't have anything as it is. But we have Yahweh Bashemel Shai. So the Lord has stripped us down so much to all we have is hope. Faith. Right? Job 11. Job 11 and 18. And thou shalt be secure, because there is hope. Yea, thou shalt dig about thee, and thou shalt take thy rest in safety. So you see, man, we've been stripped to nothing but hope, trust, faith in Yahweh Bashemel Shai. All right. So you see, like I said, it's tapping into that spiritual bank account. We've been storing up our treasures in heaven. Well, hey, the time is coming that we're going to be able to cash out. We're going to be able to cash out. And it's already happening now. The Lord is allowing us, a little here, a little there. Right? So the time for us to cash out is approaching. It's coming. And it's already happening. It's already taking place. Because, and I'm speaking as a man when I say this, but, come Jacob's trouble. All right. Once brothers get over that initial shock in the flesh, because of course things are going to be happening, and initially the flesh is going to react one way. But, once it's been proven, once it's been shown who the men of the Lord are, who the Lord has been dealing with, and that he's been dealing with us the whole time, I believe it's going to be a breeze, so to say. Like I said, brothers are still going to be put in situations. There's going to be a whole lot of oh shit moments, close calls and things of that nature. But for the most part, man, brothers are going to be all right. There's going to be a certain mindset brothers have, a certain spirit to be able to laugh while everyone else is perishing. Yeah, there's going to be a certain spirit, a special type of spirit on us, Lord, when we're at that number. We're going to be all right, man. And the Lord's going to rest assured of that. You're going to make sure of that. But one of my favorite precepts to quote, be it according to your faith. You got to believe it for yourself. The Lord wanted this is edifying, giving all praises to Yahweh Bashemel Shai. Shalom to you, hopefully, let.